Hi everyone, welcome back to another one of my monthly forecasts. If this is the first time you're seeing me, my name is Angela Peterson and I am a psychic medium and shamanic practitioner based out of Sedona, Arizona. As you can see, I am actually in southeastern Utah. I'm on my shaman's property right now with the horses and all of the rescued sanctuary animals. And you can see the mountain right there. That's why I'm standing here, because it's a beautiful view. And today we're going to be talking about the overall energy for the month of February 2026. So let's get started. The first thing I want to mention is that we have a new moon solar eclipse happening in Aquarius on February 17th. Now, all eclipses really represent the truth and illumination, things coming to light, and expecting the unexpected. And that energy of expecting the unexpected was amplified when I picked a card from my Doors deck. This card, this is the actual picture of the card. It's just a door. But the card is called the Three-Eyed Raven. And what it says on the card is, as sunrise hits upon the dew, a messenger raven calls out with news. Prepare for the unexpected. One of the biggest things that I was getting when I was tuning into the energy of February, my guides were showing me that we're actually entering into a powerful new cycle. So, we've been in, of course, the ending of cycles and all of that, but we're really entering into a big new energy now in the month of February. Aquarius can actually represent a big, courageous new beginning for all of us in various ways in our lives. The other thing that Aquarius touches on, since the solar eclipse is in Aquarius, this has energies around technology and electricity, AI, of course, innovation, humanitarianism, but really Aquarius is about revolution and freedom. So this solar eclipse will definitely bring a big energy around truth coming to light. One of the animals or insects that I picked for the month of February is the grasshopper. Grasshopper spirit coming out is very indicative of this big, courageous new beginning. So it's the energy of being willing to take a leap of faith. Grasshopper medicine is all about forward movement only, because grasshoppers cannot jump backward. They can only jump forward or sideways, I believe. And that feels like the point that we're at, all of us as a collective, is we can only move forward. There is no going back. There is no holding on to the past or old cycles and beliefs or patterns that are not serving us as a collective. We can no longer hold on to those. So the universe is forcing us into that big leap forward. The other animal that I got for the month of February is the turkey. So turkey spirit says, give with gratitude and grace. Turkey spirit is connected to the divine masculine. It is an abundant energy. It is the energy of fire. So in Native American medicine, grandfather fire is associated with turkey medicine. And in that there is a lot of wisdom, and it's wisdom that comes from the heart. And what's interesting about that is I picked 2 chakra cards for the month of February, and they are both heart chakra cards. We have love and forgiveness. I do believe we are being asked to be very generous of heart in the month of February. With everything that's happening in the world, one person after another is experiencing difficulty of some sort. And there is also a lot of grief, there's loss and sadness around things that people are losing, whether that is actual physical death of loved ones or an ending of a phase of life. When we as humans are put under so much pressure from the universe and the collective consciousness and all of the things that are happening right now, then it's very easy for us to go into a shut down place, for our nervous systems to get very out of balance, and for us to be in a lot of fear. And what Spirit is asking for us to do this month is, in any feeling or emotion that you are experiencing this month of February, you need to open your heart. No matter what we're experiencing, if it's loss, if it's grief, when we open our hearts, it invites in the divine energy to move into us in a way of transforming these energies, transforming these denser, lower vibrational frequencies. And it creates a sense of vulnerability within us that connects us to spiritual energy. And when we invite that energy in, what it does is it actually thins the veil and it brings us very, very close to spirit. So it can give us a whole new energy, a whole new feeling. You can be in joy while you are grieving. You can be in joy while you are sad. As long as you are open-hearted, as long as you are willing to be vulnerable with yourself and with God or spirit or the universe, then that energy will enter you and it will give you a different perspective. It gives you that higher perspective. I understand how hard it is right now to keep our hearts open, to be willing to connect with others, even when we disagree with them. Many of you right now may be really struggling with the choices of other people in the world, and you may be feeling a sense of responsibility to stand up to those people, to, fight for what you believe in. And there's nothing wrong with fighting for what you believe in. But we have to be really careful that we don't step outside of ourselves to try to push anything on other people, because that's exactly what those people are doing, the ones who are triggering you, the ones who are upsetting you. And there is a difference between responsibility that comes from the ego and responsibility that comes from spirit, because all of us are responsible. We are responsible for this world, each and every one of us. When responsibility comes from the place of spirit, that responsibility says, I am responsible for me. I am responsible for my choices and my role that I'm playing and my purpose, what I am creating on this earth. I cannot take responsibility for another person's choices. And anytime we think we can, and anytime we go outside of ourselves to try to take on that responsibility, we start to suffer and we start to actually feel powerless and helpless, as if there is nothing we can do. But the minute we come back into ourselves and remember, wait a minute, I'm only responsible for me. And of course, if you have children or pets and animals and stuff like that, yeah, you are responsible to a degree for these other beings, right? But you are not responsible for the choices or the life path that another soul is taking. When we are grounded in our own self-responsibility, we actually make a bigger impact, because we become like a lightning rod that grounds the negative emotions of other people, or like a tree that is so rooted in and solid and stable that you become an energy that people will actually be more drawn to. And not only that, you become an energy that people cannot uproot, that they cannot rip out of, yourself. You are in your center, in your core. And in that center and core, you are practicing neutrality by understanding yourself more. And when you understand yourself more, you are able to then understand others and their behaviors, actions. This is how forgiveness happens. Forgiveness is actually a practice in understanding. So when you understand yourself, your behaviors, and the reason why you have made choices you've made and taken actions you've taken, when you understand that, it's much easier to have compassion for it and to then release it. So when you're doing that with yourself, you can then do that with other people. But you're not going to be able to understand other people until you understand yourself. So anytime someone triggers you, it's an opportunity to go within, look into your heart, and ask yourself, what is it that you are not seeing about yourself, understanding about yourself, or what is it within you that has not yet been integrated or healed? All of this is the practice of the heart. When we allow ourselves to come back into love, when we open our hearts, that is where transformation takes place, and that is going to be the key. It's going to be the answer to everything. So we all have an opportunity this month for a big, courageous new beginning. And are you going to step into that truly? Are you going to take that leap of faith with an open heart? Or are you going to keep your heart closed and stay stuck in cycles and patterns for the next 20 years? Because that is what's happening now. A new 20-year cycle, an opportunity to live differently in a new 20-year cycle. So choose wisely. No matter what happens this month, no matter how disruptive it is, no matter how hard or painful it is, open your heart. Choose love. Choose love for yourself and for this precious, precious world that we live in. Take care.